the reason it's more than clothing and what makes it a family is because it was made with the intent to create a family, to create a team, to create a community of people who are like-minded, who are on the same mission. What's going on, guys? Today, we're doing a little something different. It's just me, solo dolo. I'm going to be answering your guys' questions that we asked on our Instagram about an hour ago at the time of me sitting down right here talking to y'all. And the best question that we find is going to get a $50 gift card. So that's how we're going to do these Q&As. So make sure that you actually get some really good, thoughtful questions in. Don't be asking no basic questions. I'm not going to answer those ones. I'm going to answer the ones that have some thought and stuff into them, and the things that I think that you guys would really, really want a cool answer to. So yeah, let's get started. All right, so this question was asked quite a bit in different forms, but the premise is the same. What was the inspiration behind the Ironwilled name? So the Ironwilled name came about because of really the way that I grew up. My mom did everything she could for me. It was just her and I on our own, and we dealt with our fair share of financial struggles, her relationship struggles, and seeing kind of what she had to go through. We're talking mental, physical abuse, and the things that I had to go through consequently from all of those things. When I started creating this brand, I wanted to create something that really meant to me or meant a lot to me, and create something that was near and dear to my heart. So the name Ironwilled came about because to me that was the phrase that really, if there was one phrase, one thing that could be represented by what I went through, what I saw my mom go through for me, it was having an iron will. She pushed through absolutely every hardship that she had to go through, and ultimately taught me that lesson as well. So that is, that was really the phrase of my life growing up is needing an iron will, needing to be mentally strong and yeah, there's no better words to describe it than an iron will. So that's kind of what I wanted to put into the brand with the name, and, the message that I wanted to put out ultimately was, you can get through whatever you're going through. There's always an end in sight if you have an iron will, if you have, the persistence and the perseverance, the discipline, the consistency to get through it all. So that is my best kind of short answer of, what sparked the Ironwilled name. All right, question number 2. Let's see what we got here. So there's a couple of these ones too. What has been the biggest struggle faced since creating the brand? I would say the biggest struggle we had faced was early on just getting our production right. So there's a lot of ways to, start a company. Like, some people start a company, they have, they just got an MBA, or they've been working in, if it's clothing, working in fashion for years, and they finally want to start their own thing. I just started it because I wanted to create something dope that inspired people, that connected people who went through similar things to me, and just give people a community to support each other, confide in, and really just help each other accomplish each other's goals and dreams. I didn't have any fashion experience. I didn't have any business experience. At the time, I was going to Syracuse University for a exercise science degree. So at the point when I started the brand, it wasn't like a lifelong dream to start a clothing brand or anything. I had started actually a couple, or one in high school, one when I was in the military. Obviously didn't work out. So I didn't have any experience. I couldn't tell you what the GSM of a shirt meant. I couldn't tell you what certain fabrics felt like, things like that. So I went into it really without any sort of knowledge. I just wanted to create something cool, and I just went for it. And the biggest thing was just like getting our production process down, like getting good enough quality to release, and just the trial and error that comes with working with suppliers, manufacturers to get things right. We made a lot of mistakes. We left a lot of things up to assumption for our suppliers to just kind of take their best guess at, and that led to a lot of problems. We would do things without sampling them to get things done in time so that we could meet our release dates that we gave you guys. We would just run into issues last minute with suppliers where we would get our bulk order in of sweatpants. A lot of you might remember this. And we realized after we sold them and shipped them out that they were all like way too small, so we didn't do proper QC checks. So it was really just all the trial and error that came with creating a good product. And we still deal with these kinds of things today. Like there's always inevitable issues that come up that, like our supplier might have screwed up like 100 units of one of our order, and we can't release those, or things just might come in not the way that they were supposed to be. Like thankfully we have a very good supplier now. We have very good relationships with our suppliers, but there's always a chance of those happening. So for us, it's like getting so prepared and planned ahead that no matter what happens, we still have time to adjust things and make them right before we have to release them. Even with Ironfall, we had to push the drop back because things were going to be done in time. So we're still striving really hard to get, very, very ahead of schedule, so that again, when these things arise, they don't affect our release or affect the product. So I would say just like, yeah, really getting like our it's a general answer, but really getting like our processes down, and just the initial the initial road bumps of or roadblocks of creating clothing. Not knowing what the hell we were doing, and still trying to release we knew that we wanted to release quality products, but we didn't even really have an idea of like what quality truly was at the time. So it was just figuring all those things out. I could probably give you 5 different answers, but that was the first one that came to mind. So yeah, it's just the initial growing pains of the brand with quality and products and working with suppliers. It's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah. The third and final question, the one that I've decided is the best, is from Jose Castillo. What up, Jose? He's a local out here in Phoenix. I didn't pick it because he lives out here or I know him. I picked it because it's the best. What I thought was the best question that we got. I went through them all, and this was I thought the best. This is the one that has made me think the most, and I think you guys definitely deserve to know the answer to this question. So, why is Ironwilled more than just fabric? What makes Ironwilled a family? So, Ironwilled is more than fabric because it's not about the clothes. It's not about the fabric. It's not. I didn't get in this to make. Part of me got in it to make like clothes, and I wanted to make clothes like for myself because there was nothing that existed on the market that I liked. But the bigger picture, the real reason behind the brand was, I kind of mentioned it in my first question, was I wanted to create a community of people that were there for each other, people who may not have had anybody else to lean on for support. When I grew up, I didn't have a guide, a mentor. I didn't have anybody teaching me I had my parents teaching me right from wrong, but I didn't have anybody helping me, like telling me how to be successful or how to accomplish my dreams. And I've been a dreamer my whole life. So it's for people like that. And it's for people who have gone through shit, and gone through really fucking tough times and need people to lean on and want to relate to other people and relate in what Ironwilled is, which is a vibe and a mentality and an attitude. So the reason it's more than clothing and what makes it a family was because it was made with the intent to create a family, to create a team, to create a community of people who are like-minded, who are on the same mission, who are going to help each other accomplish each other's mission and overall our collective mission as a brand, as a team, as a family of becoming our best, being our best for the people that matter, and ultimately creating a better world. Because if we all individually do that, think about how that spreads. If we have 10,000, 100,000, 1 million people all becoming better every single day, imagine the impact that that's going to make. Like that is what this is about. So that is what separates us and makes us a family and makes us more than just clothing. Is the clothing, wrapping this up, the clothing is just what we wear to represent who we are, and that's what Ironwilled represents is who we are and our outlook on life, our attitude, which is we're going to get shit done, we're going to accomplish our goals, we're going to make the world a better place by any means necessary. Whatever we have to do, I'm going to get through this problem I'm going through. Whatever I have to do, I'm going to provide for my son. Whatever I have to do, I'm going to put my mom in a house because of everything she's done for me. Things like that. You know what I mean? So that's really what it's about. We're not in this to make money. Obviously, it's a business. It's a business at the end of the day, but it's not why it was created. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I like that question a lot. I want people to know that because it's truly what it is. And there's a lot of, it's business. A lot of businesses exist because they want to make money. You know what I mean? And they just want a transactional relationship. We want to build people who, again, help each other and uplift each other. It's not about just like getting a fucking sale. You know what I mean? It never will be. It never was. And I can make that promise. So that is the answer to the third question. So good question, Jose. You got me a little charged up, because that's how much the shit means to me. You know what I'm saying? It means to all of us here working very hard to put, to put a smile on your face when you get our products, to make you feel inspired, to make you better. So that is 3 questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. I'm definitely looking forward to the next one. Hope you guys are enjoying the podcast so far. So that's kind of how we're going to do things a little bit, is we're going to have guests on. We're going to have our internal team. You know, you guys have seen the ones with, if you haven't, the first one I did was with our head of product, Vince. I did one with Matt, our COO, my partner, and our COO. And it hasn't been put out yet, by the time of me talking, but Corey and I are creative director. This is the first one that has been just me, or hasn't been multiple of us here internally. So we've got a lot of different little, or a few different kind of ways that we're going to create this podcast. And this is the first Q&A. And I appreciate you guys for giving me all these questions and making me think a little bit, and, hopefully giving you guys some more insight behind the brand, behind our why. So keep those questions coming when we ask them. We're going to keep doing the $50 gift cards. And yeah, as always, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Hope you liked fall. We have a lot coming for Black Friday. A lot coming next year. We're all super excited about. So yeah, definitely fucking stoked. So love y'all.